What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we see the devastation left behind by Hurricane Laura, and then we check out my happy place. This is the Motorhome Experiment.
What are you doing? You're moving us all.
Oh, sorry. Well, we woke up here at the, let's go with Louisiana Welcome Center, because I think it's like Atchafalaya or something like that, and I don't want to murder it. I guess I just did.
You just did.
Yeah, but it's the Louisiana Welcome Center here, and it was a great overnight stay. They have specific parking for RVs, and then they have trucks over on the other side, so you don't hear any of the truck noise. Now, I will say, as you can see out the front window there, it's very close to the freeway, so if you have your windows open, there is going to be some freeway noise. And it was a little uncomfortable last night. It was a little hot.
It was hot.
We bought this new little $40 Arctic cool thing from Home Depot just to see how it worked. It really didn't work that well. We soaked it in ice, like they say, and put in cold water, but it's a swamp cooler, basically, an evaporative cooler, and it just wasn't enough. It was a little uncomfortable. But we got a little bit of sleep, or at least I did.
I didn't. It was hot, it was uncomfortable, it was humid. The first thing I told Paul this trip is like, we're not gonna boondock, and we're already 2 nights. I'm like, oh my goodness.
But we continue our trek west, and today we're gonna head up, get off the freeway and go play on the 2 lanes a little bit, which I like to do. So, should be a good day. We are continuing our roll west on I-10. We're just outside of Lake Charles, Louisiana, and it is crazy here. The damage from the hurricane, we're starting to see it on both sides of the road. We just drove by an RV park where there were several RVs flipped over. One was flipped over into the bushes in a swamp. Buildings with the blue tarps on it. We just passed by a field that just had garbage all over the entire field.
All garbage. We're talking about parts of buildings,
right,
signage, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for spread over 40 acres. It's really kind of sad to see how many blue tarps are up on houses. So this was a really hard hit area of the latest hurricane that came through here. Hurricane Laura, I believe.
Billboards are down, fences are down.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Hurricane Laura hit the Gulf Coast approximately 50 miles south of Lake Charles, devastating the small coastal town of Holly Beach. As we approached Lake Charles, nothing was left untouched. Vehicles were overturned, trees were snapped in half, and buildings were ripped apart. The tallest building in Lake Charles, the Capital One building, took on some damage as the 150-mile-an-hour winds ripped windows out. This is unbelievable, folks. It's just so unbelievably sad to see the devastation. And this slowdown here on the road, I don't think has anything to do with the wind.
Oh, there's a truck.
A tractor trailer tried to climb over the median by the looks of it. So we're gonna see that here in just a second. But all of the utility vehicles and all that, let me see that camera, huh? So this guy here decided to climb up on the center island there. Wow, that's kind of crazy. That had to have been a bumpy ride. But the area itself, unbelievable. Just as far as the eye can see, and every inch is missing roofs, signs ripped off, trees down.
Parts everywhere, steel everywhere.
Things flipped over. Just crazy. Just absolute crazy.
As we continue our trek west, the devastation left by Hurricane Laura starts to fade. After crossing the Texas state line, we hit Beaumont, Texas, and it's finally time to get off the interstate and get some two-laning done. We have arrived at the Huntsville State Park. Lori's trying to mow me down.
Did you put on my sunglasses?
And we're gonna take a bike around the park and check it out.
So it's turning uphill, pretty good.
Yeah, we'll do uphill first and then we'll come back. Beautiful park so far. It just looks absolutely spectacular. Water electric only in our site anyways. And just very wooded, very cool. They have a lake as well. Pretty decent sized lake, Lori.
I'm so warm right now. I feel just like jumping in. But we're still in alligator area.
I doubt there's alligators in this lake.
Although there's people swimming.
There is people. There's like a 4-year-old swimming, Lori. You shouldn't be afraid.
I shouldn't be a chicken. That's
No.
what you're saying.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, go ahead and jump in and let me know how it is.
All right, Lori, you ready to get rolling?
Yep. Today's not a long day. It's a
No.
short day.
Short day. Huntsville State Park up to Waco. And I will say, this was a great campground. If we spent some time in the area, this would be a great spot to stay.
It's next to a lake, and our spot in itself was lakefront, but it was not usable lakefront. It's just visually pleasing, but not like you can get in the lake from there.
Yeah, I don't think we'd really want to try to drop the kayak in there, but there is a boat launch right across the way.
Yes.
Kind of cool. We did a little biking yesterday afternoon, so that was fun. And yeah, just a beautiful park as you can see.
Very pretty.
Just down the road from the actual town of Huntsville, Texas, where Sam Houston was born, and we visited there when we were here in 2017. So we went to the museum and where he lives, and there's a memorial up here, and we may see that when we drive by on the highway. I'm not sure.
I can't believe it has been 3 years already. Over 3 years.
Yeah, crazy, right? But off to Waco, because Lori needs to get her Magnolia Farms fix.
And Dr. Pepper Museum.
Yes, and I'm gonna get my Dr. Pepper Museum fixed.
He's
So
kidding. He's gonna have fun there too.
I am definitely gonna have fun. Hopefully they have a tasting room. I'm gonna drink them dry. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to drive you home.
Yeah. Hi there. Good, how you doing? Last name is Charron.
The next morning, we had to make a quick site change before heading out to do some tourist stuff. Today, we are heading out to go to Magnolia Farms. What is it called?
Magnolia Market at the Silos.
This has nothing to do with like steel magnolias
No.
or the Magnolia movie with Tom Cruise.
No.
Okay. I don't know much about this. I know a little bit about
I don't know too much about this either. It's just I used to be a big fan of their show. It's a couple that they do renovations flipping here in Waco, Texas. And they bought this property, renovated, and I like her sense of style, so I just wanted to go and check it out.
Cool. So we're off to do that, and then if we have time today, we might check out the Dr. Pepper Museum, and if not, then we'll do that tomorrow before we roll out. All right, we had to call an audible, and we're gonna maybe skip the silos today because, as you saw, the line there was nuts.
Insane.
And it is the weekend, so we're gonna hit the Dr. Pepper Museum instead first. All right, we're here at the mothership. How cool is that?
Ready to go in?
Yes, I feel like all is right with the world.
You know, you have to try all the products that they sell.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try everything. So
the Dr. Pepper flavor and everything.
yeah, whatever it is, I'm gonna try it. Gums and all that stuff. So.
I saw somebody with Dr. Pepper cotton candy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Let's do this. You see that, Lori? It says right there, healing waters. So when I'm drinking Dr. Pepper, I'm drinking my water.
Now that's what you're gonna tell me every time.
Every time I drink Dr. Pepper, I've got my water. How many of you guys remember these things? Remember, you would take a bottle, slide it over into this area, put your money into the side, and then the bottle would pop up out of here. That is old school there. After checking out building 1, it's time to head on over into the second building. Yes, there's more Dr. Pepper stuff. All right, this right here is kind of interesting. It says try Dr. Pepper hot. So I first tried Dr. Pepper back in the early 70s. There was a snowstorm up at our house, and there was soda trucks that were stuck out on the highway, and we rode our snowmobiles up to rescue the drivers out of their trucks. We brought them back to our house. All that soda was going to be lost, so they had us load up some of the soda, including Dr. Pepper, brought it back to the house. And how we did it is we poured it into a pot, kind of like hot chocolate. We heated it up and drank it like that. It was the first time I had ever had it, and I thought it was absolutely disgusting at first. And then after I drank it for a few more days, because we had cases and cases of it, we eventually became huge Dr. Pepper fans, or at least I did. And so this is kind of near and dear to my heart, because that's how I first tried it. Hot. Did you know you could drink Dr. Pepper hot? Okay, we've toured around the museum quite a bit, read as much as possible. It's a lot to read.
There was like two full buildings of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now we're in the liquid lab. We don't know what we're about to experience, but we're the only ones in here. Oh no, more people are coming in now. But this is a demonstration of some sort. So maybe how to make soda, so I can make my own. Maybe I won't need my soda stream anymore.
No, we still need it.
Okay.
Probably that's the easy way to do it.
Okay, we just saw the Soda Lab show, which was kind of cool. They showed different experiments with floating cans, and you are such a Debbie Downer. It was fun.
It was great if you are 5 years old.
Hence the reason I thought it was great. So we saw the Soda Lab show. It was fun. Got to see sodas float. Some don't. Learn that. How to crush a can without touching it. It's kind of cool. But right now I'm getting my free Dr. Pepper here, and we're also going to try a Dr. Pepper float. Should be delicious.
Yes.
Oh yeah, one other thing. I had to do it. I had to try it. Dr. Pepper cotton candy. How could I not try that? All right, Lori. Your fair assessment, or your honest assessment.
Brain freeze.
Brain freeze first. on your Dr. Pepper float.
The vanilla ice cream, amazing. Dr. Pepper, I could go without a Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
I am not a big fan of Dr. Pepper.
I'm filing for divorce as soon as we get back to the RV.
I am not a fan of AW root beer. I'm not a fan of those kind of sodas now.
But that's all part of the float. Is the float delicious or not?
The ice cream, yes.
Oh my God. You're going to get beaten off camera, just so that people are warned. The next time they see you, you're going to be black and blue. All right, Lorena, the Dr. Pepper Museum. We got kind of two perspectives here. We've not rated an attraction in a long time. The Dr. Pepper Museum. So let's give them a rating on this.
Well, you said two perspectives, but I just want to say I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan, and
I'm a little bit of a Dr. Pepper fan.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
So for me, this is easily a bucket list. No, it's not.
Really?
No, it's not. It is not. I'm going to be totally honest. I mean, I know most people aren't Dr. Pepper fans, and museums aren't a lot of people's things, but there's some interesting history here. There's not a lot of bottling and things like that. Like, you don't get to see actual bottling process or things. So it's really just kind of about the history of the entire company. And for me, let's you go first, and I'll tell you what I think. What is it?
There was a lot of exhibits. I think a lot of it is the same kind of exhibits. They have some cool areas, actually.
Right.
They do have some cool areas. We took us probably 2 hours to go all throughout the museum.
Yeah, and you could probably take 3 or 4 if you read every single
everything,
thing, all the historical elements and stuff.
We didn't. We just kind of read wherever we thought it was important, and the rest we just skipped it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like if you're in the area, definitely if you're in the area. Otherwise, no, I will not go.
Right, that's what I would say. Is it's worth checking it out. So I think that's a 2. Remember our rating system for people who haven't been around for a while. We used to rate a lot of attractions, and we haven't done that in a while. So a 1 was skip it, a 2 was if you're in the area, 3 was if a day trip, and 4 was put it on your bucket list. So I would definitely say 2, just if you're in the area and you've got a couple of hours to kill, come on over and check it out. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was $10 per person, and it's a non-profit. It's actually a non-profit.
Right.
So they ask if you want to donate more, and
so of course I donated an extra 5.
Yeah.
Plus I donated because I bought a t-shirt, I bought some stickers for my computer, I bought some cotton candy.
Cotton candy is so sweet. So
the
sweet.
Cotton candy is brutal sweet, but now it's time to check out some more Waco. Let's do it.
Yes, not sure we're gonna do Magnolia, but we're gonna walk around and check things out.
Yeah, it was the zoo when we went by earlier. Let's do it. If you're looking for home goods, the inside of Magnolia Market is extremely well done. There's the first building you walk into, and then there is a second building called the Grain Barn, and there is a little something for everybody when it comes to making up your home. A large majority of Magnolia Market is currently under construction, so we did our best to avoid that stuff and show you the really nice areas. Then it was time to head over to Magnolia Home, their newest store, and again, extremely well done. We were lucky enough to catch this world-class designer hard at work. Well, you got to see Magnolia. How was it?
I have to say, I was super excited. I love the show. I love the design. But when we got here with the whole social distancing, long lines in the sun, crowded, a lot of stuff under construction. So
They had a lot of construction
you don't really
areas.
get the cool vibe. You don't get the whole grassy spot where you can sit and have ice cream or a coffee and all that kind of stuff. It's more like this is the line, go through the store, and the rest is under construction.
Right.
That was it.
But it was still pretty cool. Even I thought it was cool. The place is so well done.
I would like to come back, definitely. I'm not saying that don't waste your time. I'm just saying that I would like to come back once it's fully open.
Okay. So if you were to give Magnolia Farm a rating, what would you say?
Can I give it a rating when it's not fully functional?
Well, let's say it was fully functional. You knew it was fully functional. It had all the stuff and it was super cool. What do you think it would be?
If in the area.
It's still going to be a 2, right? It's still going to
Yes.
be in the area. I think it's worth showing up and checking it out, especially if you like their stuff. It's a pretty cool place, and
Yeah,
they're redoing the silo. It's like an old farm silo thing. The atmosphere is kind of cool.
Yeah, and you know what? I even will give it a day trip if I was close enough that I could get here in an hour and a half, just spend a few hours and then leave. I will do that too.
I wouldn't day trip here.
But if it was fully open.
Right. But pretty cool.
Yes.
And now we're just walking around little
Just
downtown
just
area of
checking
Waco.
it
Check it out, see what's going on. This building right here that we've been walking beside is really cool. Don't know what it is, but very cool building. Now we're gonna go to a little town just outside of Waco with one of the weirdest names ever. Why you would name this city this is beyond me.
I think it's just a beautiful name.
You think-
Wow, take your half.
Take your half out of the middle, dude. You think? I don't know.
It's a beautiful name.
It sounds kind of like a psycho name to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's a beautiful name.
We'll see what everyone else thinks. You guys are going to have to vote on whether you think beautiful name or psycho name. All right, so as we mentioned, we're in this little town in Texas, and I think the name is super strange, but Lorena thinks that it's a beautiful name. So what do you guys
It's a
think?
beautiful name. It's exotic. It sounds cute.
I don't know. Sounds like a crazy place to me.
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's walk around a little bit and see if we can find somewhere else to...
Like an actual sign.
An actual sign, yeah. This weird little town even has their own fire department.
It's not weird.
You folks realize I'm going to pay for this, right?
You know what's funny? We cannot find one sign
Yeah,
with the name of the town.
with the actual name on the town. It's only on some stuff. Okay, I admit the town has a beautiful name. And a little bit crazy.
At least I have a town. We have not found Paul's town.
Yeah, no, Paulstown, I don't know. There's got to be somewhere.
I'm sure there's
Paulsboro.
one.
I know there's a Paulsboro somewhere.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
I don't think there's going to be a town just called Paul, but I bet in the United States there is somewhere. There has to be.
We have found our own.
I mean, it'll be a boring name town,
We
but
have found our own island, Sharona Island.
I do have an island in Montreal. Yes.
And now I have my town here in Texas that I didn't know.
There you go.
It's a pretty.
Your life is complete now. The town is closed down and it's 5:55. There is nothing open at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
We're a sleepy town. We prioritize families. Here we go back to our families.
Back in 2017, when we rolled through New Orleans, we saw some of the devastation of a tornado that hit there, but I'd never seen where a hurricane had went through, let alone a Cat 3 or Cat 4 hurricane. So driving through Lake Charles, Louisiana was absolutely insane. I had never seen anything like that. All the blue tarps that you saw in there are roofs that were ripped off of homes. So craziness, and I hope that those people will recover. I'm sure it's going to take years before they recover, but they will rebuild, and hopefully we'll be able to visit there after that and be able to support that community. Huntsville was really, really cool. Waco was special for both Lori and I. Lori had been wanting to go to Magnolia Market for quite some time, so she got to do that, and I got to go check out the Dr. Pepper Museum. How cool is that? But this is where we're gonna end this one. So if this is your first time here, it would be awesome if you hung out with us a little bit, got to know us. That means you have to hit that subscribe button. It'd be equally as cool if you liked the video, and we'll see you again in the next episode.